All right, so let's go over stencil making. First of all, the style of machine that I like to use is a crit cut machine. What I like about it is that you could use this smart stencil paper. So it comes with a pad where you stick this to the pad, right? Lay it on the pad, boom, boom, cuts your stencil. But with these smart stencils, you don't need a pad. So you can literally print out as long as you can. I mean, I'm going 3, 4, 5 feet long, right? All right, so that's step number 1. So you want to make sure you're weeding out everything that's going to get painted, right? So everything that's going to get paint needs to be removed so you're able to transfer the paint onto the wall. All right, now that all your weeding is done, right? Now it's time to have the transfer paper. I mean, there's so many different sizes, but what I've learned is the smaller the transfer paper, the easier it is to remove. So you can remove chunks at a time instead of trying to peel off one giant section, right? So all I do is lay it over it and kind of just let it do its thing. Just let it fall into place. Bam. Now you just cut the ends. Make sure you're not cutting into the table. Flatten it, right? Oops. Now you turn it, and now you got to remove the backing of your stencil roll, stencil paper, whatever you want to call it. So whenever you're removing the back, I'll show you. So here, you see how these pieces here are coming off? So these pieces will try to come with the backing. All you gotta do is just push them back in. Same with this one, push it back in, and keep going. And push it back. Keep going, and just continue that with the entire process. Like a piece of the E, you see it came off, just roll it back, push it, and keep going. Okay, now that your backing is off, rule number 1, make sure that the backing, the transfer paper does not touch this, because it's going to be a nightmare for you. So make sure, grab it with 2 hands, and don't let it stick to each other. Transfer it to your wall, and make sure while you have the transfer paper on there, make sure you press it down and get all the creases out. Right, just try to flatten it as much as you can before you pull the transfer paper off. So you start to peel off your transfer paper. All right. Make sure none of those center pieces are coming off. So just try to pull it at an angle. Okay, I try to save these, but this is my last one, so I don't need it. I try to reuse them. But so now you kind of want to just go smoothing all the edges, right? Because remember, you're going to paint over this, so you want the edges to be completely sealed so your paint doesn't bleed through the stencil, right? Here's a little trick. Sometimes you'll get these bubbles where it doesn't want to lay flat, right? All you got to do is take a blade, cut it, and it'll flatten out. That way you don't have these raised edges. Some areas just don't want to lay flat, so you kind of have to cut it that way, because there's like too much material, so it's like bunched up. So like right here, so you just cut it, and then you just push it together, and bam. Okay, here I'm taking a rag and I'm basically just trying to flatten out the stencil even more. So just kind of going around the edges, making sure it's flat, spraying it down. I like to use a chisel tip cap because you get a nice even spray. I like to do sections at a time, so as you can see, I flattened the top part out, sprayed it. Now I'm gonna flatten out that that bottom part. I'm just taking the rag and just smoothing, just basically like I'm tracing the letters all the way through to all of them. And then I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna take that spray and I'm gonna spray them down all evenly before I move on to the QR code section. Okay, doing the same. Basically just taking the rag, flattening it, making sure everything is as flat as possible. You're always gonna get like areas that just didn't flatten enough, and you get a little bit of overspray underneath them. But just expect it. So I try to take paint, the wall paint, and just do some minor touch-ups. Here I'm basically pulling all the masking tape, stencil material off. Usually it comes off all together as one, but I had left it overnight because I ran out of paint, so I had to spray it a second time, and it made it like stiff, so it was like breaking off into little tiny pieces. So I was taking my blade and kind of just pulling off little pieces at a time. Keep in mind those center pieces, like the center part of the O, center part of the A, those you're gonna have to take a weeder or a blade, and don't go right for the edge because you'll end up scraping the letters. So try to like poke into it somewhere like around the edge, and take your thumb, push down on it, and pull it up. Because I mean, you could do it that way, but you're gonna end up scratching the letters. I've done it a bunch of times, so I stopped doing it. I try to just go for like not the very edge, but somewhere inside of that section, and kind of just pull it up. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like the video. It's not the best video, but I figured something is better than nothing. These videos will get better as they go. So, alright, y'all, peace.